cold calling people and a lot of luck, that I had agreeable people to work with, that they are united in soul. Yeah, and she now knows who she is.
Thank you. Janet had helped me a year or so before in a project I was involved in, and so when she told me about the extraordinary achievement she had gotten here in reuniting it lifted me. But when I spoke to June Holden, there's no difference. I mean, she comes from a small city south of New Orleans in rural Louisiana. And as I wrote in this article that I wrote for the Rare Spectator, that community has its first Armenian resident. You're going tomorrow to NAASR. I'm a board member of NAASR, long been a board member at NAASR. As you know, they have anthologies, books, actually there that you can work with. Also, if you have a break, either later today or tomorrow, I urge you, particularly those of you who are from out of town, you want to know our pride, go to the Armenian Heritage Park on the Greenway, the major thoroughfare of Boston now. At the beginning, right across from the Faneuil Hall, the Revolutionary War meeting place, from Quincy Market, where tourists come, first stop for tourism in Boston. Right across the street from there is the Armenian Heritage Park, which commemorates the survival of us as a people and also the achievement of us, all of us as a people. And it's our proudest corner. It used to be the proudest corners were here in east of Watertown, but now we have a proud corner right on the major thoroughfare of Boston, the Rose Kennedy Greenway. Let me just say, I want to congratulate and thank the organizers of this event, Mark, George, Luke, Tracy, and Janet. There's no government here. There's no government pulling this all together. There are only individuals with Armenian roots who are doing this. There's no multi-billion-dollar foundation who's financing it. It's you who care about your Armenian roots. These 1,000 points of light that you, each of you, represent. I congratulate all of you. The devotion you have had, you have to your family and to your Armenianness. I can tell you, I'm a journalist, and I try to read what does this all mean. And what it means to me is that the fear of assimilation, that assimilation will, over time, diminish our presence here, the Armenian presence here. I say that's not going to happen. Look at these people here. Regardless of the IAN at the end of the name, regardless of how strong the percentage of their Armenianness is, what brings you out is the history of our people. They're being driven into the ground in half a world away, trying to wipe us out. Forget, you can remember what Sororian said, but also, you couldn't do it. We're seeds. You're a testament to that. And thank you very much for showing it.
A brief overview about DNA testing. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not a scientist, and I'm not really affiliated with any of the DNA companies, so I'm not a spokesperson for any of them. I just want to give a little bit of background on the 3 major DNA testing companies, a little information, because if you're going to take a DNA test, you should know what you're getting. 5 W's. Who can take the test? Everyone. This is why I love genealogy. Everyone can get involved. Everyone can find matches. Everyone can find out something. But that said, it really is best to test the oldest generation available. Not just because you want to test them before you know what happens, but also because they are the closest link to our past. And as I mentioned in the previous story, first cousin matches are definitive. Second cousin, yes. By the time you get to third cousin, fourth, fifth, I might show up as a match to someone as a third cousin, but guess what? My brother might not, okay? DNA segments are inherited in different random patterns. And the further out you go in the matches might not show up for siblings even. So it's really quite interesting. I did have both of my parents tested, myself, my son, as I continue to study DNA patterns and how they trickle down. What is the type of test? Autosomal DNA test, Y-DNA test, or mtDNA test. Autosomal ATDNA is the most popular one right now. It's actually the newest type of test, but everybody takes this test, men and women, okay? Because when I hear a lot of ladies saying, oh, I don't have a male living member of the family, I don't have any brothers, I have all sisters, my father passed away, I said, no, you can take the autosomal DNA test, and it will show you all of your relative matches from all of your family lines. Your maternal line, your paternal line, everything. Your mother's mother, your mother's father, your father's mother, your father's father. Every single line of family will be populated with matches. The Y-DNA test is specific to males only. This is the one that only men can take, okay? It'll show the direct paternal line. mtDNA, open to men and women. It will show you matches from your direct maternal line. Here, today, Family Tree DNA is offering a test in the back. It's kind of a la carte. You decide which test you want to take, and you check the boxes according to which ones you want processed in the lab. So if you're here and you want to take autosomal DNA and mtDNA, you can. Where? Here, you get here today, or you can do it in the comfort of your home. You go online, you order a kit, they mail it to you to your home. And then you mail it back, and they process it for you. Why? Why would you take a DNA test? Because you can discover previously unknown cousins. George Giant just told you a story about his unknown cousin out of Turkey. You can confirm relationships, paper trails, or you can refute those relationships. Say somebody thought, oh, guess what? My Kapasuzian family must be the same as your Kapasuzian family, and you take the Y-DNA test because they're all following on the same male line, or so you think, and then you find out they're not a match at all. Perhaps the name changed. Perhaps somebody stole someone's name. Who knows what happened? And also to discover deep ancestry information. That's another reason to take the Y-DNA test or the mtDNA test. Those are the type of tests that really the Armenian DNA Project has been really great at advancing research in those areas. When? Well, now the sooner the better. These are the three major DNA testing companies: Ancestry DNA, 23andMe, Family Tree DNA. Now, there's some confusion. People say, I want to test with the Armenian DNA Project. Well, I understand that. What you're actually doing is you're testing with the Family Tree DNA company, but the Armenian DNA Project works within the Family Tree DNA. Did you understand that? Okay. It's a project that operates using the labs at Family Tree DNA. And it's a spit or saliva sample. So either you're spitting into a vial, maybe a thimbleful, or you're swabbing the inside of your cheek with something that resembles like a Q-tip or whatever. And then when you mail it in, the test results will come back. It's all over the board. It depends on peak seasons, like if you had a holiday sale. It might take longer for your results. Generally speaking, autosomal DNA test, the one that's good for genealogy, 4 to 6 generations back matches. Usually 4 to 6 weeks approximately. Sometimes the Y-DNA test and mtDNA test take longer. They could take up to 2 months, maybe even longer. Okay, so this is the autosomal DNA test, the one I was saying open to men and women. It shows you all of your ancestral line matches. And it says about a second great grandparent. You could expect to find matches from that far back. It's not going to tell you how you are matched to them. This is a sample of what a relative match list looks like. This is from my father's 23andMe account. You'll see, here I am on his daughter. It predicted that for me. I didn't have to tell them that. They knew it from my test. They also knew that Ari is his grandson. The rest of the matches came in. Some are predicted cousins, second to third, etc. You'll notice, and I mentioned ACEC, this is my paternal ancestral village, that the people listed on here, every single one of them, through the second to third cousin at the bottom, are all ACECs, okay? And my dad has about 354 matches. This seems to be typical, I think, in my estimation, of what I expect to see with someone who is all Armenian, meaning all four grandparents are Armenian. I would expect to see anywhere around 350 normally. I've seen lower. I've seen 150 matches. I've seen higher. So it's a mixed bag. You're not sure what you're going to get, but very, very happy. Mary Kazujev is here today. My cousin Adrian Kurkjian is here today. Have to throw that out there. Oh, that's bigger so you can see. Okay, so the ethnic makeup, I talked about this with June. So this is family tree DNA's estimation of my father's heritage. And you see it's like dead on, Asia Minor, Middle Eastern, and that's truly him. This is I'm not going to go reading through this slide. This is from Ancestry DNA. It tells you how much their product is. They only offer the autosomal DNA product. They do not do Y-DNA. They do not do mtDNA. They have about 1.5 million people in their database. And up until recently, they were only sold in the US, maybe Canada, and UK. They just recently expanded their market. They're now available in Turkey and 29 other countries. So if you're interested in finding matches, possibly in Turkey or anywhere abroad, you have to take these things into consideration. Where were these kits available for sale? Ancestry.com subscription is not required to do the DNA test with them. However, it enhances your experience. This is 23andMe. I have tested there as well. It is now $199 for their autosomal DNA test. And that's because they now have FDA-approved health reports, information about your traits, etc. They're sold in 56 countries, including Armenia, and they have about 1.2 million people in their database. Family tree DNA, available here. I said $99, but guess what? For $84, it can be yours. It is autosomal DNA test, the one, like I said, giving you matches, men and female, male or female can test. The product launch was 2010, sold in worldwide. They have the most global presence. The Armenian DNA projects there, Hovan and Peter Harashdakian, they estimate, they have not released their numbers officially, that there's 225,000 people in the database, but most likely, like somebody else said, at least 1,200 Armenians in there, if not more. And so it's very likely that family tree DNA has the most Armenians tested. This is the Y-DNA test little picture here showing you when you get your matches, it's strictly up the paternal line, as I stated. It goes back about 25 generations, and it'll show you a migration route of your ancestors. Usually 169, I'm not sure what the sale price is today. mtDNA, the opposite happens, where it traces your direct maternal line. And mtDNA is like even deeper ancestry, it goes back about 52 generations. Normally $199, I figure is on sale today. Which test? Autosomal DNA, Y, mtDNA. It depends on your goal. Are you interested in your deep ancestry, or are you interested in your more recent genealogy? Are you interested in both? You know, which company? That's a personal choice. I'm not going to push any of them on you. It's up to you. It's up to your budget. You can, sometimes these companies have sales, sometimes Mother's Day sales. Maybe you want to be an Armenian DNA project for sure. Join Family Tree DNA today. If you want health-related reports, it is best to test with 23andMe. My suggestion, I love DNA, so I'm fishing in all the ponds. You know, I'm saying take your ancestry DNA, transfer your results to FTDNA. Now, not all companies will let you transfer your results to other companies. I don't know why, but Family Tree DNA allows you to take your results from Ancestry DNA, and it allows you to transfer them to Family Tree DNA for free. And once you do that, even though it's free, you'll see your top 20 matches with only their first initial and last name. But for someone like me, I don't even care if the first initial is there. I can figure out who those people are with their Armenian last names. It's not an issue for me. And if you pay $39, you will unlock your matches and you will see all of your matches. So to me, $39 is not a big deal or a big price tag to transfer your matches into a whole new database of people, looking to connect. And so, it's a good way to go about doing it if you're interested in being in more than one database. And if the budget permits, I say go ahead, test the 23andMe also. Another thing that's a little more advanced is a website called GenMatch, getmatch.com. You can register there, and you can transfer your DNA results from any of those 3 companies. And that's another way for people to make advanced comparisons of their DNA to other people that tested perhaps in a different company. Gives you more tools. Words of wisdom. DNA testing does not tell you how you are related to someone. It's not going to populate your family tree for you. We are definitely not there yet. The science is not there yet. That's expecting too much right now. It's an opportunity to find long-lost relatives that perhaps, were lost due to the genocide, or so you thought. Not the actual person that perished, but their, relatives. You can create a legacy for future generations. Have your DNA tested, and it will become part of the history of your family. Your great-grandchildren will have something to look back to see who their great-grandfather was related to. And finally, DNA testing is just, in a nutshell, a great addition for genealogical research. And so I hope I made it on time, and that George is not standing behind me. Any questions about that, feel free to contact me. Thank you.
That was a neat trick, yeah, Tracy. Distract me so you get some extra time. Nice job. Nice job. I gotta say, that was an outstanding way to end the presentation. It was great. Thank you so much. So, I'm actually, even though we do have a couple of minutes, I'm not going to take any questions because I have a feeling that things are going to get very chaotic in a minute, and we're probably going to need every minute we can get. So, here's what's going to happen, as best as I can imagine, and my imagination probably will not match what people do. But the DNA, are you going to do that or not? Are you willing to?
And the DNA table?
Yeah, I'll be okay with you.
Oh, yeah.
If you're okay with that?
Yeah, but I mean, I have my evidence thing.
Is there a lot of stuff there?
I'm thinking that the DNA is, at the very least, will probably be on that side of the room. What's happening is we have 12 volunteers that have come here to help you, okay? And what I want to suggest is, obviously, there's a lot of people here. We have 2 hours of time, maybe even a little bit more, depending on everybody's schedule. And so I'm going to ask people to keep in mind to be respectful of everybody that's hoping to get answers, to talk about what they know, to concentrate on what the next step is for you. What's the next answer you want? Where are you stuck? Or where do you, even if you haven't begun anywhere, at least starting with that, to key on that so that within 10 or 15 minutes or so, you can get someplace, or they can maybe help you as best they can in those times, so that it leaves enough time for everybody to have an opportunity. Okay, and while this is happening, you can either queue up, but at the same time, I'm going to be continue to call the groups of villages up here, the regions, so we can continue to take pictures through these 2 hours. And again, Project Save and Hushamanian are here that you can both stop by and chat with them as well. So don't just disappear, because we do have, we'd like to include you in the pictures. But over the next couple of hours, there will be these people, and it's going to take us a bit to get set up with that. We need to get the power situation right, and we need to, so bear with us, maybe take 5-10 minutes of stretching your legs. If you need more water or whatever it is, do that, and then we'll get started on that. And pay attention for what I call your village or region. Thank you again, everybody. I really appreciate it. This has been wonderful.
Oh, hey, yeah. Good to see you, Kay. Enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
Yeah.